Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. This is Emily, and hopefully we are going to be finishing up the remainder, Act 2 today. So let's get right into it. I grab Ilar and grumble. How does it feel to be dead weight? Then hurry after the eel into the void. It's impossible to tell the passage of time, nor space for that matter, when there's naught but blackness in every direction. The feeble ambient light of the library is long gone. In the unnerving silence and darkness, more strands on my vessel can be seen, too numerous to count. A thin one dies away before my eyes, leaving behind only a dullness in its place. A part of me goes numb, to slumber, never to wake. The empty expanse has no end to it, and neither does the cold. The further I go, the colder it becomes. At first, a thin current chills me here and there, but eventually, icy currents are pressing and scraping my shell from every side, and I cannot stop shivering. I could be pushing through icy slush, or maybe entombed already. How is one to tell the difference? I cannot stop shivering. How far have I come? For how long have I been going on like this? My body is so heavy. There's nothing to see or hear, nothing to feel. There was the pain of the cold, but now that's turning into numbness. There's only numbness. Only numbness. My head is so dull and thick that even Abyss Devara's monstrous illumination would be preferable to this interminable void. You know you're in a bad place when you find yourself missing Abyss Devara. The confidence I felt from recovering that memory is long drained. Fear is creeping in, nibbling at me. I'm all alone here. No one would even know how I perished. Only the eel, perhaps. The thought chills me all the more. I absent-heartedly reach for the cut on my wrist, the anchor that's brought me back from the edge of delirium and madness numerous times. But there's no wrist, let alone a cut. I'm in a sea with no anchor. The eel's yap does not penetrate the thick fog around me until the third time it calls. It takes a few blinks to muster a response. What is it, but... My words are cut short when I notice a faint star meandering ahead. A spark of hope quickens my pulse. I beat my stiff tendrils faster. The point of light grows. Yes! Oh, Laura, another fish! It pulses now and then, and with each pulse, an ache from the far recesses of my heart gnaws at me. It's so good to feel something, even pain. I begin to smile. And then my smile is frozen. A shape is intruding into the glow of the fish. A monstrous crab's claw. It's reaching for it. For my memory. Go! Faster! I hiss at my tendrils. They quiver with effort and reject my command. Useless things? Please, not now. Not when I'm so... Closing around the light, the claw turns into a blur as my vision swims. Have I come so far for nothing? The cold has gone through me and eaten what's left. Boy, help, I try to say, but nothing comes. Is this how I end? Defeated by nothingness? Well, is it? I hear a sneering voice say. No. A spark comes to life within me at the mocking tone of the question, at the very possibility of it. I will set myself ablaze and boil this realm whole before I yield what is mine. The spark in my heart sprouts into a flame, and I clutch it. There comes a blinding pain. This feeling. I remember it. I see it. Grim-faced men and women in long robes towering over me, speaking down at me with ashy voices, informing me of the life I will live, the person I would become, the purpose, their purpose, I shall fulfill. Sink them all. I will live a life so contrary as to make them spin in their graves. I squeeze the memory hard, letting the unbearable pain sear me as I pull it out from the depth of my heart. A shockwave erupts from my throat, shaking the space itself as it rushes towards the claw, striking it with a blinding flash. My heart races, drunk with power. I did it! What a magnificent spell! If only Ilar could see. And my celebration is cut short. Before the ringing in my ear has time to stop, the claw is already back, unscathed, and gingerly reaching for the fish again, the filthy thief. Before I can try anything, I feel a movement behind me, the kind that is felt in the gut more than anywhere else. It was something of such immensity I must have mistook it for the endless expanse itself until it moved. Terror freezes me in place in a way the cold could not manage. With a twitch, then another, the heart-numbingly large beast beats its titanic tail and cruises away. An immense force sucks me back, building in intensity, and then suddenly ceases. Oh no. I brace myself. My head reels, throat locked too tightly to scream as I fly forward, slammed by a solid wall of water. It's a miracle in itself I somehow pull Ilar to me before they're blown away. Flapping my one free tendril furiously in the turbulence, I try to slow myself, but I may as well be trying to stop a river with a spoon. I give up and peer around frantically, but I'm spinning too fast to make sense of anything. A glint catches my eye from above, a patch of brightness with a familiar tint. Impossible. It could be. It must be. I've been thrown toward the fish, but at this pace I'll shoot past it and be lost in the endless expanse, unless I smash to vapors against the crab first. The monstrous waves grip me tight and thrash me like a bubble. My tendrils are beyond exhaustion now. I stare at the fish. My eyes sting, but there's nothing I can do. A black stripe darts across my field of view and swims next to me. The eel! It's caught up to me somehow. It wraps its tail around me and squeezes tightly. I'd scream for joy if I could. You wonderful good boy. I'm saved! I'm saved! Now just pull me out of this current and slow down. There's a forward tug on my tendril. We're speeding up. The eel's fins are a set blur as it accelerates. What are you doing? I try to call out, but my voice is drowned by the din. The eel's glowing eyes are fixated ahead with singular focus. I turn toward where it's aiming for. The crab. We're shooting straight for it. Oh no, not again. I wrap my tendrils around myself and squeeze my eyes shut. Clang! The impact is enough to shake me apart. For a flash, all I see is white, and all I hear is a rolling, reverberating thunder. I come to with a wince, head still spinning, lights dancing in my eyes. When my vision finally focuses, 3 symbolic fish are floating within arm's reach. My heart sings at their comforting glow, yet my tendrils, though they reach out eagerly at first, recoil from the shining memories just shy of grasping them. Memories. Fabrics of my being, torn from my heart. How I long to be reunited with them, and to patch up these holes in myself. But why do I shrink from them now that they're in reach? Why do I fear them so? Lurasanti. My heart skips when I realize I'm forgetting something. Where is Ilar? I turn in a circle, spot them, and sigh. Gray and tattered as they are, a lingering light still pulses in Ilar's sigil. I hate to admit it, but it would be unfortunate to lose them now. They are probably crucial for finishing the ritual. I hope it will be worth all the trouble in the end. A sound from behind me makes my ears prick up. I turn around and very slowly to find an enormous crab claw a hair from my face. Ah! I stumble back, flailing my tendrils. The claw, to my amazement, yelps and retracts into a giant conch shell I'm only now making out in the dimness. I pull Ilar's defenseless sigil towards me. The eel swims to my side and coils in anticipation, looking even bigger and meaner than before. I'm so very glad it's on my side. A sound drifts forth from the huge creature, like a cascade of hollow shells being struck. Some sound tinny and flat, while others enormous and deep. But strangely, I hear meaning wrapped around within the sounds, words and phrases. Again, not again. Just like that time with the horn of Nemo's. Gah, so close, slipped by a hair. Then there was that Skystone bowl. Oh, it was so precious. Had it in my pockets, too. That thieving imp. And the peacock lantern. Oh, how close I was. Burned to ashes. Might as well have burned my own heart. Hello? I decide to chance speaking. The mumbling hushes instantly. A few breaths later, the tip of a pincer gingerly pokes gingerly pokes out and peeks at me. My brows flay up. How does it do that? Is someone there? I venture again. Whoo! The claw ducks back inside. Huh. I scratch my head. It's afraid of me. How refreshing. I mean you no harm. You can come out. After a bout of shivering, the claw pokes out. Pardon me. I thought you were on the run from that thing. But it looks like you have things well in hand. Silly me. I look at the eel, who whelps. This, my good companion? Oh, he will not harm you, I promise. It listens to you? You swear to thrill? The voice is like jelly, feeble with a note of whimpering. Yes, I swear to shrew. There's a stretch of labored breathing, then its voice steadies somewhat. Then we make a compactum. You harm me not, and I harm you not. State your name to seal it. Certainly, I say, not at all certain. My name is Veen. I agree to this compact. The creature is silent long enough that I can't help but fidget. What did you say your name is? The voice is hoarse, like I just said I'm Lura herself. My brows wrinkle more by the blink. Does he need me to spell it? Veen. V-Y-N? Again, the shell falls silent. I peer quizzically at the eel, who returns my look. When the next claw speaks, his voice is almost a growl. You understand the consequence of giving a false name for a compactum, shallowing? I gulp. No? But why would I do such a thing? Veen is my name. I pause, then can't resist retorting. And what gives you the right to just accuse total strangers of lying, about their own name no less? The giant shell practically vibrates with tension, but a few blinks later, he relaxes and sighs. Oh, that's interesting. They're gendering this shell, but Veen and Ilar have been, they-them the whole time. My apologies. I was too hasty, perhaps. He clears his throat with an air of officiality. The hermit agrees as well. All right, I'm coming out. Make room, if you please. As he speaks, the claw emerges from the shell, and it keeps emerging and emerging until I have to move back. The shell must be bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. I wait a few breaths for the rest of him, but it appears the claw is all I'm getting. The hermit sidles around me, away from the eel and Ilar. Ugh. You's one of those treasure hunters, isn't you? And to be clear, you said your name is Veen? Yes! I roll my phantom eyes. For the love of... I take a deep breath and compose myself. I am, and I know nothing about this treasure hunting business. I'm a magus, and I want to get out of here. A magus? And lost, you say? He leans to the side to peek behind me. Your fearsome companion is lost as well, is it? You expect me to purchase such a tale? You may wear a shallowling's guise, but I know a treasure hunter when I see one. The pincers snap toward the fish things in agitation. You's here to steal my shards. Your shards? I glance at the glowing memory fish. I am fairly certain those things you call shards are my memories. Your memories? Sure they are. He squints at Ilar. Sure they are, but you've no gift for deception, shallowling. If they were parts of you, well, you wouldn't be in tatters, hollow even. In tatters? You mean like this? I turn my back to the hermit, where I know the horrific gaping hole is. Is this tattered enough? But why did they not if... Oh, all right. They could be yours. I grant you that. Fish sticks. He whimpers as if it's him who's lost his memories. Why me? Why this? I came so far only to end up empty-clawed. Should have bargained with that billow some ways back. Could have gotten one shard at least. I haven't seen the likes of them in ages. So fragrant. Ugh. You mean there are more of them here? Where are they? How can you tell that they're the same kind? I might be old, but I ain't senile. The nose knows. This odor. No mistake. Nuh-uh. Where are they? My chest tightens. That's, trade secret. Where are they? Growling, I press forward with every word. The hermit shivers and retreats. Wait, let's be calm. The compactum. Without realizing it, I find my tendrils grasping the pincer. There's a sharp hiss as scalding pain lances into me, and I remember myself. Ugh! I hang back, feeling my cheeks burn as well as my tendrils. I'm sorry, I didn't mean... I sigh, hugging myself, unable to keep my voice from quivering. I'm not myself, you know. I've just lost things. Everything, actually. Oh, I do sympathize. The hermit's voice is almost genuine. If you do, then tell me where the rest of the shards are, please. Gone. Gone? Well, most of them anyway. To the lower fathoms they went, along with all such shallows remains. Such a shame. It's remarkable you's alive, by the by. I'd be delighted if you'd turn around to let me examine... I cross my tendrils and stare blankly at him, brows slowly wrinkling. Oh, sorry. Right. There might be a few left up here, if other treasure hunters, the scallywags, don't get to them first. Can I not go to the lower fathoms to get them? Are you absolutely simple? No! You's not a spirit. Have you hit your... Oh, sorry. I feel a chilling numbness spread through me. Gone. My memories. All those moments, laughter, tears, sorrow, restless dreams, and lonely quietude, all gone? Well, look on the bright side. The hermit picks up his tone a notch. You've got these. That's something. Oh, that one smells nice. It's bound to buy you some safety. Take it from me. I've been at this for an eon. The nose knows. The eel hurries the shard closer to me and whimpers. This is all I have? All I am? I whisper hoarsely. Well, they may not seem much, but you can do a lot with them, the hermit offers helpfully. Like what? My voice is like gravel. The hermit gulps. You said you want to get back to the shallows? And your companion won't survive the trip. Nuh-uh. It can't even feed by itself by the shape of it. But fear not. I've just the thing. Just the thing. Crystallized waters. Very fine. Very fine. Restores your companion. Gets you back to the shallows. For a price. Price? But I do not have anything. Not true. We can bargain. The hermit is positively giddy. It's the most cheerful I've seen him yet, and it does not put me at ease. The claw ducks into the shell. There comes the sound of rifling, metallic clinking, bumps and thuds, all accompanied by jovial humming. Then he emerges pinching a jewel. As soon as he brings it closer, I feel an eerily familiar presence, like seeing a face in a crowd that belongs to a friend I've known, but forgotten. But what makes my eyes see is an oval jewel of rich violet, the color of the moonless sky. See the opulence of its chroma, the luxuriousness of its weftage, the ostentatity of its refulgeny. You'll be hard-pressed to find another crystallized waters like this up here. Oh, I tremble in awe just to think of the beatific form of the one who shed this. 'Twas no ordinary being, no. Such a beauty. You cannot know the restraint it took for me not to drink from it the 3 years it's been in my care. Oh, no. 'Tis unfathomable to you. Unfathomable. I like to think I can fathom quite a lot. I peer into the jewel. Tiny grains of light blink, adrift in the stream that twists and loops into itself. It takes effort to pull away. He seems very pleased with himself. Too pleased. I lean back and cross my tendrils. It seems adequate. Adequate! It's extraordinary! With the prudent application of this much waters, you can... He gestures wildly. You can make a kingdom! You should make your boasts at least somewhat plausible. This, a kingdom? I flick a tendril dismissively. The claw bristles. Sure, why not? Kingdoms in the shallows rise and fall like the foam in the waves. On the waves. Maybe not a big kingdom. Maybe a kingdom of animals? Dogs? Cats? He coughs. In any case, it'd be more than you'd know what to do with. I stroke where my chin should be. Enough to seal the abyss devara. The hermit stares at me with a breath, then bursts out laughing. Sure, Shallowling, if you can find a spell to accomplish such a feat, but don't hold your breath. What's so funny about that? You do not think me capable? I'm not sure such a spell exists, and if it does, it shall be worth, well, I can't even think of a number big enough. It'll be worth a lot. The claw quivers. Why should something so abundant be worth so much? Whatever do you mean? We're somewhere in the seas, right? I wave a tendril, feeling the resistance as it moves through some invisible medium. Are we not swimming in waters? You think this is waters. The hermit looks as though he's in dire pain as he guffaws. Oh, to be so naive again. What I'd give... No, Shallowling. We're not in the seas. We are in the near shallows. It's barely the foams atop the waves. He turns his crusty pincer in a wide circle. Only droplets and vapors here. This is nothing. This is confusing. I am having such a hard time following this lore here and... Excuse me, what's going on? I don't understand any of it. But this, he whispers at the jewel, is the stuff of the fathoms. If we were swimming in this... He shudders, crackling all over, shedding a cloud of barnacles and dredges. I back away. The divine bliss, the unintelligible ecstasy that invade us. Oh, we'd lose our wonted treasures. Ugh, horrible! He finishes with another dramatic shudder. Wait, you would not like that? Not one drop! Have you any notion how long it took me to amass this hoard? The hermit wobbles his claw from side to side, producing a waterfall of jingling sounds from somewhere inside. How much do you have in there? It could be more. He covers his opening and turns away modestly. But I can't seem to help staring at my shards. I scratch what I think is my forehead. If you have all that, then why do you want my memories? What good are they to you? I gasp. Don't tell me. You are some kind of miscreant who spies on other people's private moments? What, spy? Do you know nothing? How am I to unravel your shards? That is, if they even are yours. And how have you survived down here for so long? What can I do with them? I'll tell you. He wobbles in exasperation. I can live, that's what. The next Lucazi I swim across will be too busy consuming one of these to have mule's shell. What can I do with them? Puh. I cross my tendril arms. I have no idea what you're on about, but I unravel shards just fine. If by unravel you mean remember. You see these holes in me? I patched one up with a shard and relived a moment of my life not long ago. It made me feel alive, so I need them to live too, all right? The hermit regards me suspiciously. You's really sticking with that story about these being yours, isn't you? They are mine. If you're not going to believe me, then let us move on to bargaining. Just tell me what you want. Well... The claw clacks with pretend indecision. I glance wearily at the painfully brilliant shard. You want that one? Yes! I mean, it'd only be fair. You are sure? Just that one. I keep my tone casual. Well, I wouldn't want to be greedy, eh? I can almost smell the grease in his voice. I turn away from the hermit, thinking, that much waters will surely aid us against Abyss Devara. But if I give up my memory, I'll never know what I've lost. It's one of the last I'm likely to find, ever. Why are there no easy choices in this world? The claw quivers in anticipation. I'm going to agree with it just because we need to get the Abyss Devara fixed. And I feel like knowing about our past, it likely has to do with Ilar. And I feel like knowing about our past with Ilar now, but giving up the potential for closing up and saving ourselves is just going to damage our future relationship with Ilar even further. So I feel like giving up that memory, but finding the solution will improve our relationship with Ilar. So we have a potential to save this relationship. So I'm going to agree to the deal. What good is a memory if I'm dead? If I can use this waters to seal Abysdvar, then I can make new memories after. All right. I nod at the eel. It whimpers. Go on, boy. It's all right. I stiffen my lip as the eel ushers the brilliant shard to the giddy crab. He loosens its grip just enough for the crab to get a good look. His usual mumbling falls quiet as he drifts closer and closer, claws stretching out. For a moment, I see the tip of something emerge from behind the shell. A head? Are those all eyes? But then he snaps out of his trance and retracts inside again. Yes, this will do, he says coolly. But I'm not fooled. Not after that display. Let me see, this shard. For 1 jewel of crystallized waters. I'm going to offer a lesser one. I drag out the syllable. No. Beg pardon? I decided to keep this one. But you said... His words slither and whine. I'm sorry. I mean, if he's being this weird about it, and if that shard is worth enough, or like what the jewel he's offering us is worth enough, and it's really worth something, then he'll negotiate. I am sorry, but this might be the last one, a part of me I will ever find, and I cannot. How about one of the smaller shards? The crab shakes his claws, he grumbles. And what if I don't want a smaller shard? 2 smaller shards? The hermit bristles. I sigh. But I am leaving to find someone else to barter with. This area abounds with treasure hunters, I hear. I turn to go, slowly. The eel follows behind, taking the shards with him. Bah! Good luck! I'm the only one around for 1,000 leagues, and no one has as high quality waters as mine, he shouts, trying to sound confident. But I can hear his voice cracking with tension. And your companion? It won't last long. Be reasonable, for its sake. I have an elderly mother at home. I fight to keep my pace steady and steal a glance at Ilar's limp vessel. Their colors are becoming grayer, but I don't know if that means what I think it means. The hermit is listing other elderly relatives as he takes care of. He might be in tears in a few more breaths. I decide to call his bluff and keep swimming away. Oh, all right, come back, he squeals. I take a few breaths to hide my smirk before turning back and looking at him squarely in the shell. 2 shards. 1 for your jewel, the other for your help with my companion and to get us back to our realm. Fine, the hermit grumbles. But not for my prize jewel, you hear? You get a lesser one. 'Tis only fair. He waves his claw wearily. Give those to her, then. Let me take a look-see. I nod to the eel. He hides the bright shard behind me, away from the crab. Then brings the 2 smaller ones to the hermit. Okay, I feel good about this decision. The glow of the shards perks the dejected crab right up. His pincers click together in rapid succession. May I? Take a closer look, that is. You may, but remember the compactum. Those shards are a part of me. You'll harm me if... By golly, what do you take me for? I'm a proprietor of repute, I'll have you know. Towering repute. Ask anyone. He huffs, slipping his claw expansively from side to side at an invisible audience. All right. I relax and quietly hope a compact is as binding as I think it is. The hermit takes a shard ever so delicately with the tips of his pincer and brings it up to the hole in his shell, where the claw emerges. I can see just beyond the threshold a few winks of reflected light. There comes a slew of hushed woos and ahs. Then he puts it back and examines the other. These ones shall suffice, he announces. That is good, yes, but can I just see them for a moment? A deal's a deal, the crab caws. And you have my word. I just want to see them one last time, please? I can't help but sound like I'm pleading. After some fidgeting, the hermit nods. Carefully, I put my tendrils around the shards, a finger's distance from touching. I'm not sure what I hope to accomplish. Get a glimpse of the memories, perhaps? There's an inkling of a flavor from one shard, a humorous outing, and from the other, a friend's departure. That's all. My tendrils quiver. I clench my teeth, so to speak, fighting not to grasp the shards. They're my bargaining chips. I must let them go. Whatever happened, whoever I've forgotten, I'm sorry, but you're no longer a part of me. I am what I make of myself now. My heart pleads, and my tendrils twitch with tension, but I pull away still. Right, take them quickly. Now you demand haste. He pinches the shards, and in one sweeping movement, tucks them into his shell. And for the second part of our bargain, he busies himself by examining Ilar from several angles. Strange. Very strange. Never seen one like this before. Are you sure you want to proceed with this? You might just take the waters and go. They're gonna perish without our help. Don't leave Ilar. We're not gonna leave Ilar. Possibly? Most likely? The claw fidgets. We've gone this far. We're not leaving Ilar. Ilar is our last grip of who we were. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I still need them. And you need not worry. I can handle myself. If you say so, bring them here then. I maneuver Ilar close to the crab. How will you heal them? Should I do something? The hermit stares at me and clicks impatiently. Oh, I have to explain everything? I should charge for this. I should have an addendum put on the compactum. I should... If not you, then who else? I scarcely know up from down around here, and I traded you my last memories for this, so stop stalling. Fine. Sink me. I'm too soft-hearted. It'll be the end of me one day, I tell you. The end! He carries on groaning and grumbling. How good of a bargain have I given him that he'll allow me such leeway? Quite a good one, I suspect. Okay, good. I feel better about not giving him our shiny memory. After a while, he runs out of steam, or perhaps out of breath. Hear me, shallowling. You must see your companion in your heart's eye, clear as ice, as if they breatheth and liveth. Only then will restoration occur. Savvy? Now, chop chop. What? See them in my heart. I stutter. Wait, what if I don't know them very well? Well, naturally, but you must know something about them at least. Otherwise, the waters won't know what shape to take. Look, just hold them in your heart the best you can. He waves his claw. All right, shape and waters, I mutter, head abuzz. And today, please? The crab squeals and begins drawing a pattern in space next to Ilar. All right! I look inward and concentrate. My heart is full of tension and noise. There's not one image of Ilar, but a dozen, shifting and dancing like the surface of a pond in the rain. I hone in on the fragments and scoop one from the water's surface. They're flashes, words, and memories. I hear us talking wistfully of dying and turning into dolphins and eels in the fathoms. How surreal to speak of death and rebirth as children might a game of hide and seek. I shiver at the terrifying moment when Ilar strangled me? Burned me? That dead glare and the cruel voice, sending chills through my whole being. I feel my teeth grind together. As I think of what they've put me through. Why should I have to waste pieces of myself for that ungrateful villain? But can I make it on my own? Can I choose the Abyss Devara? The lesser of two follies? Is this what I must choose? Oh no. I don't want them to think of... We're not leaving Ilar. I don't want them to think of Ilar as all the bad stuff, but I don't want to leave Ilar. Are you ready, shallowling? The hermit snips off the string, completing the circular design. Yes. The hermit takes up the jewel, and the sigil of Ilar starts to hum. The hairs on my neck stand to buzzing attention. He touches the jewel to Ilar's center and intones deeply. O child of Thrithro, from whose scale cometh thine vessel, let this waters flow unto you, by the heart's sight be made whole. Sians Thonina. With each word, Ilar pulses brighter. Waves of power shake the space around us. At the moment of the last throaty syllable, the jewel flashes blinding bright, and I shield my eyes. Then when the glow dies down, the ring and Ilar have become a seamless whole. Well done, larvae. The hermit clicks his claw. It's done? They're healed? I look from the hermit to Ilar and back. You mean to tell me you can't discern it yourself? I sort of forgot everything except my name. A chill touches my stomach. And I can't even convince you of that. How pathetic. Veen, you said. Yes. The hermit fidgets. Well, it's just, I didn't dare hope. It's so devastating to have one's hope dashed, you know. Sometimes it seems better to the death with it. I'll just try it on you then. My brows wrinkle. What in the seas are you babbling about? For a spell, the hermit falls so silent and still that I start to worry. But then, in that deep, resonant voice, he intones, "The hungry one heard my call." Huh? He lets out a shudder of relief, shaking himself all over. Barnacles rain down from his shell. My mouth hangs open. He sounds as though he's on the edge of tears. Oh, I'm so very glad it's over. The burden of it. You've no idea. He laments, and then in a blink perks right up. And what a masterful restoration that was. Masterful, I say. If you say so. But are you all right? Splendid. He clacks his pincers. That makes one of us, I suppose. I give Ilar a hopeful prod. Their only response is a faint shimmer. Say, you seem like a good sword shallowling. The hermit leans over, startling me. Now, I don't know what sort of arrangement you've got going there, but now seems like a perfectly splendid time to skidoo out of here, no? He whispers tensely. Why are you whispering? I move back. But you are right. I need to get back to my tower, to the human realm. By yourself, or say the word and I'll cast you right up. It's not too late. His pincer gently presses on my tendrils. I peer at him suspiciously, wondering why he'd say such a thing. He's just trying to help in his strange, near-shallows way, maybe. A silence wraps around us. Oh, yes, well, I'm not the one to judge, and you's welcome. He trails off, voice softer than ever. I dare say I might miss you. That is, thank you. I pat my shell-like body. I mean, I do not need to go right this blink. Maybe you can answer some questions of mine. Oh, but of course, by all means. What do you want to know? First question's free. I want to ask about returning back to the human realm. I don't care about anything else. Let's get back to the human realm. This is getting creepy and weird. On second thought, how does one return to the human realm from here? Quite simple, really. Hold the place you want to return to in your heart and brace yourselves. The crab begins drawing another pattern above me. The pattern exudes a warm glow. I close my eyes, letting the soothing feeling flow into me. The library. It's not so bad, not compared to this cold, barren place. Soon the warmth is filling me. My thoughts turn into fuzz, and I'm floating, wrapped in a blanket of comfort. The hermit hums a jolly tune as he finishes the drawing. He turns to me and says in the most sincere tone I've heard from him, "Goodbye, shallowling. Thank you for allowing me to fulfill my compactum." My body is like wool, and I'm seeing dozens of him, spinning in a circle, unable to move or speak. I say a thank you in my heart. An warm spark swells in my shell and flows toward the hermit. Whether he hears it or feels it, I'm not sure, but he nods at me and... Can a claw smile? Wind rasps around the waves far above me. Sparks of light bob and shimmer on the surface. The rasping picks up in volume, soon turning into a roar. I realize the water surface is dropping down toward us. Or are we falling up? Wrapped in a rug of softness, all I want to do is smile at the pretty dancing lights. A smooth body wraps around my tendril. The eel is with me. Such a good boy he is. The pressure on the other tendril tells me Ilar is there as well. Good. All is good. We're free falling upward at a terrifying speed. I grip Ilar and the eel tight. There's a dark shape straight ahead. Curious. It looks like someone floating on the water. It looks like... I land on the hard floor with a thud. Ow! When I inhale, a pungent smell scratches my nostrils and stings my lungs. Light jabs at my eyes, tearing away the comfortable darkness I've grown so accustomed to. I grope around with my eyes squeezed shut. Ilar's silky hair is resting on my chest. They are still, but warm and breathing. I push Ilar off and sit up. Ilar, are you awake? I shake their shoulder. They groan. I sigh, rub my eyes, and get to my feet. Everything is still fuzzy. Alright, that seems like a good place to stop, so we're going to stop right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you think of the remainder so far? What are you thinking of Act 2? Do you think I made any of the right choices? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Smash that like button if you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed already. And as always, I'm Emily, we're Amadem, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!